Hey, welcome back to Why I Hate Being a Wife. I'm your host, and today we need to talk about something that affects basically every mother I know, being the default parent. You know what I mean. You're the one who knows everything, manages everything, is responsible for everything kid related, even when you have a partner. But here's the thing, my husband is a dad. I'm the parent. He's the optional one. The one who shows up for the good parts. I'm the one who knows everything, manages everything, is responsible for everything. I'm the default parent. And I didn't sign up to be a single parent, but functionally, that's what I am. So let me ask you something. Who knows your pediatrician's phone number by heart? Who knows what size diapers you need? Who knows which kid is allergic to what? Who knows the names of all their teachers? Who knows their schedules, their preferences, their friend drama? Let me guess, you do. And your husband? He might know some of it if you told him, if you reminded him, but he doesn't just know the way you do because you are the default parent. You're the one who's expected to know. You're the one who's automatically responsible. And today we're going to talk about how fucked up that is. So let's talk about what being the default parent actually means. It means you're the one who's automatically assumed to be responsible for everything kid related. It means when the school needs something, they call you. When the doctor has a question, they call you. When there's a problem, everyone looks at you. It means your name is first on all the forms. Your number is the emergency contact. Your email is on all the school communications. It means you're the one who tracks appointments, schedule activities, knows everyone's needs. It means you're the one who packs the bags, coordinates the schedules, remembers what everyone needs. It means you're functionally the primary parent, even though you're not a single parent. And here's what's fucked up about it. Even when both parents work, even when both parents are present, even when both parents love their kids equally, society still assumes mom is the default parent. I'm not the primary parent because I'm better at it. I'm the primary parent because I chose it. I'm the primary parent because everyone expects me to be, and nobody expects him to be. Let me give you some examples of how this shows up in everyday life. The phone calls, schools calls me when a kid is sick. Doctor's office calls me to schedule appointments. Dentist calls me to confirm. The camp counselor calls me if there's an issue. Even when my husband's number is also on the forms, they call me first. Sometimes they only call me because I'm the mom. I'm the one who's supposed to know the emails, every single school email, activity update, schedule change comes to my inbox. Even when we put both our emails on the forms, they default to sending everything to me because moms are the ones who handle this stuff, right? The questions, we're both standing there, both present, both parents. And people will look directly at me and ask, what time does he need to be picked up? Or does she have any allergies? Or what's his teacher's name? My husband is right there. He could answer, but they don't even look at him. They ask me. The coordination. I'm the one who knows everyone's schedules. I'm the one who coordinates play dates, activities, appointments. I'm the one who knows when practices are, when games are, when school events are. I'm the one with the mental calendar of everyone's commitments. The packing. We're going somewhere as a family. Who packs the diaper bag? Who makes sure we have snacks, extra clothes, entertainment for the car? Who remembers that one kid gets car sick and needs medication? Me. Even when he's capable of thinking about this stuff, It defaults to me. The medical decisions. Who knows which kid takes what medication? Who knows when vaccines are due? Who knows their medical history? Who remembers that one kid had a reaction to that antibiotic and can't have it again? Me. All me. The daily details. Who knows what everyone likes for lunch? Who knows which kid has a project due? Who knows that today is pajama day at school? Who knows that one kid is having friend drama and needs extra emotional support? Me, because I'm the one paying attention to all of it all the time. And my husband could know all of this. He's perfectly capable. He's an intelligent person. But he doesn't have to know because I know I'm the default. So he doesn't have to be. Okay, let's talk about one of the most infuriating things about being the default parent, the language people use. When I'm alone with my kids, I'm just parenting. Nobody comments on that. Nobody thinks it's special. When he's alone with the kids, people say he's babysitting. They say he's giving me a break. They say he's watching the kids. No, he's not babysitting. He's not watching someone else's kid. He's parenting his own children, but society treats his parenting as optional, as generous, as bonus. When he takes the kids to the park, people praise him. What a great dad. Look at him helping out. You must be so grateful. When I take the kids to the park, nobody says anything because that's just what moms do. That's expected. That's unremarkable. He gets praised for doing what I do every single day without acknowledgement. And here's what's really fucked up about this. It reinforces the idea that parenting is my job, that he's doing me a favor when he parents his own kids, that I should be grateful when he does basic parenting tasks. No, I shouldn't have to be grateful. This is his job too. These are his kids too. He should be parenting them without me having to arrange it, supervise it, or thank him for it. But society positions him as the helper and me as the primary. And that's bullshit. Now let's talk about one of the biggest impacts of being the default parent. What it does to your career. When a kid is sick, who stays home? Let me guess. You do. When there's a school event during work hours, who arranges their schedule? You do. When daycare calls because pickup time is coming and nobody showed up yet, who do they call? You. When there's a parent-teacher conference, who's expected to be there? You. And if dad shows up too, everyone's impressed. Your career is treated as flexible. Your work is treated as interruptible. Your professional commitments are treated as negotiable. His career, sacred, important, can't be disrupted. He has a big meeting. He can't miss that deadline. His work is really demanding right now. And your work? Well, you can shift things around, right? You can work from home, stay late another day, make it up somehow. Your career is the backup plan, the thing that has to give when parenting demands it. And over time, this adds up. You miss meetings, you turn down opportunities that require travel, you don't go for the promotion because it would mean longer hours and you're already drowning. You scale back to part-time or flex time, or you quit entirely because it's just too hard to juggle and your career trajectory changes. You're passed over for promotions because you're not as committed. You're not advancing at the same rate as your male colleagues. You're earning less, achieving less, growing less. Not because you're less capable, not because you're less ambitious, but because you are the default parent and he's not. He gets to prioritize his career because you're handling everything else. His professional growth is enabled by your sacrifice. And nobody calls it a sacrifice. They call it balance. They call it choice. They call it what works for your family. But it's not balance when only one person is sacrificing. It's not choice when societal pressure and financial realities push you in one direction. It's not what works when one person's career flourishes and the other person stalls. Being the default parent means you carry an enormous amount of invisible knowledge, information that nobody else has because nobody else is tracking it. You know everyone's schedules without checking a calendar. You just know that Tuesday is soccer practice, and Thursday is Girl Scout, and Friday is early dismissal. You know everyone's sizes. You know who's outgrown their shoes, who needs new pants, who's running low on underwear. You know everyone's preferences. Who likes crust cut off, who only eats specific brands, who has texture issues with certain foods. You know the social dynamics. Who's friends with who this week? Who's having drama with who needs support with what? You know the teachers' names. You know what subjects each kid struggles with. You know what homework is due when. You know the medical history. You know who's had what vaccines, who's allergic to what medications, who has what coming up, what upcoming appointments. You know upcoming events. You know when picture day is, when the field trip permission slip is due, when the book fair is, when parent teacher conferences are. You know all of this because you have to. Because nobody else is tracking it. Because you're the default parent. And when someone asks, when is that thing? Or does she like that? Or what size is he? They ask you because you're the information hub, you're the family database. And your husband, he might know some of this, the high level stuff, the obvious stuff, but the details, the nuances, the comprehensive knowledge of everything kid related, that's all you. And you know how you got all this information? By paying attention constantly, all the time, because you're the one responsible. Being the default parent isn't just about logistics and schedules. It's about mental and emotional labor too. You're not just managing appointments, you're managing emotions. You're the one who comforts when someone's upset. You're the one who soothes, fears, validates feelings, helps them process. You're the one who notices when something's off, when someone's quieter than usual, when someone seems stressed, when someone needs extra support. You're the one who's thinking about their emotional development, their social skills, their confidence, their mental health. You're the one who's worrying about whether they're okay, whether they're happy, whether they're struggling with something they haven't told you about. You're not just keeping them alive. You're raising entire human beings. You're thinking about who they are becoming, what they need to thrive, how to support their growth, and you're doing all of this constantly. It's running in the background of your brain all the time. Meanwhile, dad gets to show up for the fun parts. He gets to play, to joke, to be the relaxed one because he's not carrying the weight of all that worry, all that planning, all that emotional management. You are. So let's talk about why this happens. Why moms become the default parent even in supposedly equal partnerships. First, societal expectations. Society still assumes that mothers are naturally better at parenting, that we have some innate maternal instinct that makes us more qualified. But you know what? That's bullshit. Nobody's born knowing how to parent. We all learn by doing it. The difference is I have to learn because I'm expected to be competent, and he doesn't have to learn because society gives him a pass. Second, workplace structures. Workplaces assume mothers are the primary caregivers. They ask us about childcare arrangements, flexibility needs, coverage for sick kids. They don't ask fathers. the same questions because they assume dad's career comes first and mom is the backup. Third, the standards are different. When mom messes up, it's a failure. When dad messes up, it's cute. Oh, he dressed her in that? How adorable. When I mess up, it's judgment. You forgot picture day? What kind of mother are you? Fourth, the praise differential. He gets praised for doing the bare minimum. I get no acknowledgement for doing everything. So there's no incentive for him to step up because he's already being celebrated for occasional participation. And fifth, and this might be the biggest one because I pick up the slack when he doesn't know something. I tell him. When he doesn't remember something, I remind him. When he doesn't handle something, I handle it. Enable his ability to not be the default parent by being the default parent myself. And here's what being the default parent does to you over time. It makes you deeply, profoundly resentful. You resent that you're functionally a single parent, even though you have a partner. You resent that everyone calls you, emails you, asks you, depends on you. You resent that you know everything and he knows only what you tell him. You resent that your career suffered and his didn't. You resent that you can never truly relax because you're always the one responsible. You resent that he gets to be the fun parent while you're the manager, the organizer, the one who makes sure everything actually happens. You resent that he gets praised for basic parenting, while you get nothing for doing everything, and you feel guilty for resenting it because he loves the kids. He's involved when he's there. But involvement isn't the same as responsibility. Showing up isn't the same as managing. Being present isn't the same as being the default parent. And you're tired. You're so fucking tired. So let's talk about what actual equality would look like when it comes to parenting. It would mean both parents are equally involved, equally responsible, not one parent managing and one parent helping, both parents managing. It would mean he knows what you know, he knows the schedules, the preferences, the medical information, the teacher names, the friend dynamics. It will mean when school calls, they're equally likely to call him. When there's a decision to be made, both parents are equally equipped to make it. It would mean when a kid is sick, it's a joint discussion about who stays home based on whose work is more flexible that day, not an automatic assumption that it's you. It would mean he notices when something's needed without you telling him. He sees that someone's outgrown their shoes. He remembers that permission slip is due. He thinks ahead about what everyone needs. It would mean both parents are tracking, both parents are planning. Both parents are carrying the mental load of parenting. It would mean you're not the information hub. You're not the only one who knows. You're not the default. It would mean you're truly co-parenting equally, sharing not just the task, but the responsibility. And it would mean you can actually relax sometimes because you're not the only one holding everything together because you can trust that he's got it because you're not a single parent anymore. That's what equality looks like. And that's not what most of us have. I didn't sign up to be a single parent in a partnership, but that's what being the default parent is. Functionally single. I'm making all the decisions. I'm carrying all the knowledge. I'm managing all the logistics. I'm responsible for everything. And he is barely helping out. When I ask, when I delegate, when I manage him, that's not partnership. That's me being a single parent who happens to have a man living in the house, and I'm tired of it. I don't want help. I don't want an assistant. I don't want someone who babysits his own kids. I want a co-parent. I want someone who knows what I know, does what I do, cares the way I care. I want someone who's equally responsible, equally informed, equally involved. I want him to be the default parent too, not just me, because until that happens, I'm carrying this alone. And that's exhausting and it's not fair and I hate it. So if you're the default parent and you're exhausted, you're not alone. If you're functionally single, even though you're partnered, you're not alone. If you're carrying all of this by yourself, you're not alone. And you're not wrong for wanting more. You're not wrong for wanting actual partnership. You're not wrong for being angry that this is all on you. You deserve a co-parent, not a helper. A co-parent. All right. That's it for today. Next time, we're talking about chore play, the insulting idea that men doing housework deserve sexual rewards, like I'm a vending machine and dishes are quarters. Until then, remember, you didn't sign up to be a single parent, you signed up for partnership, and you deserve it. This is why I hate being a wife. I'm your host.